I knew that when she was dating her husband, her body was a little bit on the heavier side. And I asked her, when you were dating, how was it when your body was on the heavier side? And she said, oh my gosh, the men thought I was a fertility goddess. She's like, they couldn't keep their hands off me. They just thought I was this voluptuous, amazing woman. I just recorded a podcast that will be coming out in soon episodes. But Leslie, I can't be attracted to. I can't be attracted by others, or others won't be attracted to me if I don't lose the weight. This podcast episode is inspired by a long-term client of mine. She's in my accelerator program for people who are really ready to take their health in a permanent way to long-lasting heights and continue their never-ending health and wellness journey together. And she was sharing with me around how at her age, in her mid-30s, and as she was single, that it is actually super valid and important to her that she looks a certain way, aka her weight is under a certain amount, so that she still attracts the person. She had a belief that unless she looked super attractive on the outside, that she could not meet her person. I really get this. Now, this podcast episode is not only for people who are single or who are in their 30s or younger. It's not for people, who, either of those two categories. This conversation is still going to be valuable even if you are currently married, as I have a lot of clients who their confidence in the bedroom, being intimate with their partners is less than great because they feel insecure about their bodies and about their weight. So I'm going to have this conversation today all about attraction and how I view it and what my experience has been, and with the intention being that it makes a difference for you. Because let's be honest, people notice when you have more weight on your body. People notice when you've gained weight. People notice when you lose weight. And what I first want to say about that is the fact that people notice that first thing is very uninteresting. So obviously my work is very heavily laden in behavioral habits, neurological behaviors, patterns, these types of things. And it is actually true that when we look at something from just the visual, how we perceive the world, that we look for differences, similarities. It's just what our brain does. And so if you notice that someone has put on weight, you definitely notice it. And people who may not be super sensitive to the fact that weight gain or even weight loss can be sensitive for people will mention it. They'll bring it up. And then we spend a lot of our lives kind of running away from, not wanting anybody to be able to notice that we put on weight. We kind of seek that external validation with weight loss for people to say, oh, you look so great. What have you been doing? And it's a thing. Yeah. The other thing that's also based on how our brains work is that, men biologically, they fall in love with their eyes. So if you are a woman that is looking to attract a man, they will biologically be attracted to you based on how you look. True. These things are true. These things are science. The other thing that's true with that is that when people make a comment about your body, or if we get some kind of feedback that shows whether or not someone's attracted to us, we will also have a human reaction to that. We will actually feel bad in our bodies. We could feel anxious. We could feel unsafe, etc. And all of that is valid. And those reactions that we might feel from people commenting on our bodies or feeling that we're not attractive, that is a valid feeling and experience, and one that can feel very painful. So all of that we need to say first is true, and I recognize it. Now, when it comes to our permanent weight loss journey, from us achieving emotional and mental freedom around food, body, and weight, how do we actually handle this? How do we deal with this? So the first thing I want to share with you, like I shared with my client this past week, is a mindset shift on this. So my feeling about attraction, is that there is a lot more to attraction and what makes a person attractive than just their looks. Now, we consciously might be able to be like, yeah, duh, I know this. Yeah, and just the same way that we know that people do judge based on looks and that men do fall in love with their eyes. Now, here's the other truth, though, that if a man took you on a date and you had done all of the work to make sure that your outer appearance and body looks amazing, that got you onto the date in the first place. But then as he started to get to know you, he realized that you had relationships in your life that were maybe very drama filled, or you were actually very insecure about your eating habits, patterns, and behaviors and the way that your body looked, even if you work really hard to put on that exterior looking good, attractive piece. A quality man, after having a few dates, is going to be able to see some of those parts coming out, the maybe unhealed aspects of your inner self, and they will no longer be attracted to you. They will choose a different direction. And so you might get a temporary result with just focusing just on weight loss and getting your body to look the way that it looks. But if you're looking for real, sustainable, lasting, fulfilling, compatible love, may not be the avenue that you're actually looking for. So my journey was also feeling that I needed to be a certain weight and look a certain way in order to meet my person. I just want to let you know, if you have that thought, it's not true. It's not true. People meet their person or whoever they are going to be in a good, healthy relationship with at all ages, at all body sizes, all body shapes, all skin colors, all everything. And also with also different life situations. You know, people will fall in love with someone even more madly because they have children, or, you know, so there's something for everybody there. And I, though, grew up in a space where I did have a mental association that skinny equaled attractive. Skinny equals beautiful. Body in shape equals only way that you're going to attract a man. And I kind of had to do a little bit of my own testing with this, as well as asking some questions in order to open up my mind. And I'm hoping that this episode will open up your mind as well around this topic and make a difference for you. So one of the things that I noticed was that I was definitely being attracted to. People were attracted to me when I got a really skinny body. And yes, maybe even the type of guys that like I thought like was like, oh God, they're so hot in these types of things. And I also found that two things. Number one, those guys were attracted to me for my body, and they were not really as interested in getting to know all of me. They weren't that serious. They were going after, you know, the body or the appeal. Yeah. The second thing that I noticed was that because I was trying so hard to push against my truth. And part of your truth is the way you like to eat, the way you like to socialize, the way you like to relax, the way you like to do everything is unique to you. Everybody's makeup is a little different. Also, where you're at currently in life is different. What equals relaxation to you this month could be different than what relaxation meant to you 3 months ago, definitely years ago. You have different life events that occur. Maybe you have lost someone in your life, or you had a significant major life event in your life that caused more downtime, or maybe you changed your job and it's a better job, but there's more sitting time. And previously you used to work in a job that you were constantly on the go all the time. These things will all play a part in how your body looks. And there is whatever is authentic to you as far as what habits you have, what routines you have. Maybe you authentically, I had someone I talked to the other day and she's like, I love cheese sticks and I love, what was the other thing she said? I think it was like mints or something. She was a nurse. And so had all this guilt and shame about like the fact that she ate so many cheese sticks and she was a picky eater and I was like, do you love cheese sticks? And she was like, yes. And I was like, so cheese sticks are delicious. Why not have them? And again, like, you could tell that it was just like, it's like, you're going to do it anyway. So you might as well embrace what you love. You can't push against truth. And oftentimes once you're accepted for whatever your truth is, maybe first by someone like me, that's not going to judge you and just like celebrate whatever's cool about you. But then secondarily, or it'd be great if it was the other way around, if you could accept yourself first, but secondarily yourself of like, yeah, like what if cheese sticks aren't so bad? Then from there, you have more choices, and then you're more likely to expand maybe your palate or what you're willing to try or whatever, but not from the space of this is wrong, this is bad, etc. So you want to own what it is that you are. So when I had that super skinny body that was quote unquote attractive, I got that body by doing a lot of inauthentic actions to me. I was following a perfect plan that was given to me. I did not choose it myself. I was being told that I was a food addict and that my brain was broken and that it was dangerous to eat any sugar. And so all of that is also inauthentic, because telling a human being that there's something wrong with them is completely inauthentic and not correct. And yeah, just all of that was completely against what's true. And if you have a belief that there's something wrong with you, please imagine what it would be like if you didn't believe that anymore, because that's probably the majority of your problem. And I'm very sorry if you have that ingrained belief. And the good news is I'm here to give you everything that you need, equip you with the tools that you need to change your thinking and your self-identity into something brand new that's going to empower you and going to have you make better choices that lead to permanent weight loss and forever health. Yay! Great. So again, I was following an inauthentic plan. So therefore I had an inauthentic body that was not going to last because I didn't design it and I didn't make choices based off where I was at in life and what I actually wanted. And so therefore I was attracting people that weren't going to be my authentic match. Yeah. And I had that sense within myself of like, I'm not going to meet my authentic person if I don't if I don't know my authentic way of living my life, which includes how I like to socialize and eat and drink. And if you're just going against the grain, trying to be perfect all the time, like what are you going to attract? Someone who thinks that you're also like a gym body with them, but you're just following somebody else's plan. And then you're going to feel pressured your whole life to maintain that again. And then you get even more trapped because what you started out on was not authenticity. Yeah. And anyway, there's a lot deeper that you can go in with this because obviously we're always, uncovering and unpacking who we are, but this is resonating. Yeah. It is what it is. So trust it and we'll keep moving forward. So I went on a mission to be like, okay, so I'm going to try to find my authentic way of living. And the part of the heal method that I bring my clients through is first hypnosis to quiet down all the noise that's scared of what other people are going to think about you. And, oh my gosh, I'm never going to find my partner, or, oh my gosh, my husband's going to leave me if I don't lose this weight. Like these are all normal human thoughts and fears to have, but it's not authentic. It's not actually who you are. These are just fear thoughts, fear thinking, negative thinking that continues to keep us stuck and trying to control all the time. It's like pushing a beach ball under the water and having it eventually your arms get tired and it blows up in your face. Like you cannot push against your authentic self, and nor do we want you to. I'm quite sure that this time period in life is really asking for humans to become more of who they are. I shared recently that I heard a podcast that said the best way that we can spend our time is discovering who we are authentically. If we're not actually using tools to find out more and more of like who you are uniquely and understand yourself, all of your decisions are going to just be, you're going to waste so much time trying out this diet, trying out that diet, trying out somebody else's plan. When if you just knew who you were and you knew how you operated best, you could make decisions that were in alignment for you. And that leads to everything coming together. Alignment is the A part of the HEAL method. We are aligning to your authentic self. Once we get out of the way, all of the fears, anxieties, doubts, concerns, thoughts that keep you up at night, that prevent your sleeping from being good, which, by the way, keeps the pounds on because we eat more when we're tired and we keep weight on when we're stressed and all of the rest. It's a big, vicious cycle. This is why we need a holistic approach when it comes to permanent weight loss. I've helped hundreds of clients be able to produce these results. Had 2 clients lose 100 pounds in a year of being with us, a year and a couple extra months. Yeah, and it's just part of this beautiful journey of the never-ending path of health and well-being. So all of that. The other mindset hack that I had when it came to attraction was when I was healing this part of myself, and I started out at 108 pounds and I was gaining weight on my journey of actually healing my relationship with food, body, and weight. I was single at the time and I was wanting to date, and I thought that no one was going to be able to be attracted to me. I had a friend who we were close enough and great relationship, and she was self-aware enough for me to be able to ask this sensitively to her. I knew that when she was dating her husband, her body was a little bit on the heavier side. And I asked her, when you were dating, how was it when your body was on the heavier side? And she said, oh my gosh, the men thought I was a fertility goddess. She's like, they couldn't keep their hands off me. They just thought I was this voluptuous, amazing woman. I just recorded a podcast that will be coming out in soon episodes. And she was talking about how the Greek goddess Aphrodite, who's like the goddess of beauty or one of those things, she has a voluptuous body. She's got a, voluptuous middle. It's not just big booty and big bust. It's also fat. It's curves. It's part of a woman's body. It's what helps our brains function. It's what helps our fertility. We need it. We love it. And the more you hate on it, consider the more it's going to just stick around and continue to create this problem for yourself. The other thing is a man is going to fall in love with your body as much as you're able to fall in love with your body. So if you haven't been able to do that, then either there's a next level of intimacy you and your current partner could be hitting if you actually did fall in love with how your body looks and feels, or you're missing out on being able to actually create for that experience for a man of like, wow, this woman is like a beautiful, full-bodied woman or curvaceous woman or, comfy, warm, beautiful soul that I just want to be around, and they can just love your skin as well because you've done the work to do that for yourself. And again, that is so attractive when you are confident about your food decisions, you're confident about your body, you're confident about your lifestyle, you're confident about your work and your goals, you're confident about your dreams. Like, this is what attraction is. So this is my final piece of what I was sharing with my client is, first of all, when it comes to going out, I do my best to look good. Yeah, like I want to look good. The difference is I heard actually some people that I know, they were talking about for a while women's shoes that came in, footwear, were like these kind of like platform boots that were like chunky heels and chunky. They're kind of still in, I think, a little bit. I'm not wearing any right now, but anyway, I've had some before. And some male friends that I know were like, that, like, no man's going to be attracted to those. Like, those are so not attractive to us. You guys shouldn't be wearing them. And then some of the females who were in the conversation were like, I'm not wearing them for the men. I'm wearing them for the women. And what I said was, I'm not wearing it for the men or the women. I'm wearing it for myself. If I think it looks good, if I feel confident in them, wearing them when I'm looking at myself in the mirror, that's going to change the energy that I am producing out when I'm with people. And she did correct herself, this person who said that. She's like, yeah, you're right. Like, it is for me, right? It's like, we don't want to wear it just for other people at all. It's like, you wear it because, yeah, you might have seen it in fashion. You like the way it looks. You also like the way it looks on you. And so you wear it. Yeah. So it doesn't mean that we don't still, get ready and like want to look attractive if that's something that you value, which I do. I like looking good, but I like looking good for me. I like feeling so like, just like, yeah, I like this, right? I like this outfit. If you're watching me live on this, I like my outfit today. I'm wearing my nice new beanie cap from Christmas. If you're not watching this live, you can come join the Facebook group so you can see our podcast live, Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss Community. I'd love to have you, and then you can check out my outfit. Or if you're watching on YouTube, we have our videos on YouTube as well. You can subscribe over there, and you can see how I look on this attractive podcast. Yeah. The thing we don't have control over is once we step out of the house and you go somewhere, you don't really know how you look. And let's be honest, you're not going to be smiling or posing the same way out in public when you don't have the visual awareness of what your body looks like. You're going to be your free-spirited self having a great time. So one of the things that brought this conversation up for my client was she went to a party. She thought she looked really good. And then she saw photos of herself from that day, and she thought she looked super fat, super ugly, was super embarrassed, and started this whole negative thing going on in her brain and in her body. Who here listening has ever been super triggered by seeing a photograph of yourself or, God forbid, a video? I get it. It's a true thing that happens. Again, this is valid, but the brain will continue telling those lies. So I've had this question asked of me a couple of times from different clients, this one and someone else, of being like, how do you actually trust what's true? Like, is it what I'm seeing before I leave? Like, is that actually how I look? Or is it the photograph that I actually look like, or the video? Or how do I know? Or is it what other people are seeing of me? I think that's a great question. You kind of question, what's actually true. My response to that is like, we don't actually know the answer to that. Everybody's brains and eyes perceive something totally different. Your eyes see your body totally different than someone else's eyes see your body. And the photograph definitely can get different angles, different light, different whatever. If you've ever tried to take a picture of a beautiful moon at nighttime, you know that photo comes out looking terrible. It does not capture the beauty of that moon. Yeah. And what I also want you to consider on that note is that your external appearance, your weights, your looks, your whatever, your clothes, it doesn't capture the full experience of what it is actually to be with you, to be in that moment with you. So my job has been for myself since I started my food, body, and weight journey was to uncover all the things inside of me that was inauthentic. So the spaces where relationships, weren't working or weren't working as well as I wanted them to, the spaces where my inner thoughts and feelings were really negative and really not making me feel good inside. All of that stuff affects, again, the way you show up and how people feel when they're with you. When I was following a super strict diet that allowed me this super skinny body that I thought was attractive and what I needed to have a man or to get a promotion or to whatever society says, we get judged for. Like that, actually me being so controlled like that, when I went to social situations, I was not able to be with people. And when I say that, I was like, my brain was constantly worried about the next meal and what was I going to have next and how was I not going to eat that and what do I need to do to like contact my buddy to make sure that I don't eat. And you're not present at all. And people feel that. And it affects your ability to be intimate and be in relationship with them because you're also not in intimate relationship with yourself. The more that you uncover these things and you heal these things and you make space for more, the less you need anything from the outside. And you're able to be fully present at these social events where you can really find out what's going on in someone else's life and celebrate their wins and actually be genuinely interested in how they're doing. And it's the most amazing thing when you can go out and be so not about you. Yeah. And it's not your fault if it is a lot, but your thoughts are consumed about your weight, or especially after the holidays. I used to always be hyper obsessed and be like, oh God, I can feel my stomach big. And I used to like go out and try to run. I saw a girl running after Christmas today and I was like, oh, I hope she's like doing it because she wants to run. I hope she's not doing it because she has some of these, challenges going on that I could just relate to. I remember after Easter one year, just feeling like so upset and so miserable in my body after the holidays and what I ate or whatever, and just forcing myself to go for a run and just feeling just all sorts of all that angst. And if you're experiencing that after the holidays, please know that you're not alone. We actually have an end of year offer going on right now for a program. You get a free bonus month in the program. So it's an extra month of support. So we're going to support you all through January as you're already kickstarted mentally into doing something for yourself. And then we still got your back for February and to really nail things in. And then even into March, where things can get a little bit wonky because you're kind of in transition between winter and spring. And now, oh my gosh, not quite at summer. So let me fall off in March and then I'll do it in April again. But then you're still disappointed with the results you get. So wanted to get that as well as the full 90 days to kind of create a good habit. So if you want that, just type personal message me ready and we'll get you started from there. Perfect. So, right, attraction changes. So then when you're able to get your mind off your self-thinking and off your body and off your food and off your weight, and you're able to be more present with people, now you can actually pay attention to other things that could also set you up for attracting someone better. Or you could be more present in the bedroom with your current partner, where you can actually not be thinking self-conscious thoughts, but you can actually experience the pleasure that it is to be with your partner and how good it feels to have your skin touching each other and how grateful you are to have that person as your companion. And even them, right? Just experiencing them instead of just being so consumed by what they're thinking. We give you the tools, we give you the support that you need so that you're able to actually remove from your cup the guilt, the shame, the worry, the anxiety, the fear thoughts, the insecurities, the lack of confidence. Oh my gosh, I don't look good. Please don't post that photo anywhere. Yeah, something my client was saying, just that mortification that you can feel about that. It's so real. I get it. And we need to support you through those things so that it doesn't consume your life. So it's not something that literally takes up your space. Like, I know there's pictures of me that I don't love and they're getting posted and I'm like, whatever. People are focusing on themselves in photos. They are not focusing on you. And if someone is judging you just based on how you look and they don't have the self-awareness to be like, yes, and I don't know anything about that girl. I don't know anything about her life. I don't know, maybe she's like she looks like that because she's so enamored by her career right now that she just doesn't really care about that. Or maybe she looks like that because she just had a really hard life event happen and so she's working on some stuff. Or maybe she looks like that because she's a free spirit and she just doesn't value that kind of thing or whatever. You don't know. And again, you don't want to hang out with people who don't have that kind of insight anyway. If they're just making surface judgments and then judging you negatively, come on. Let's hang out with cooler people. There's cooler people than that. Yeah. And what I mean by that, because everybody, is doing the best they can with what they have. But when I really started hanging out with people who had done the inner work to get that all of their judgments were their own judgments, projections that showed more about themselves than about other people that they were judging, and never communicated that into the space because they know that's how the brain works and that's what, whatever, but then still consciously bring their minds back into, let me be present with this individual and just discover how awesome they are, how they became who they are today, and celebrate everything that they've been through. My life drastically shifted. It takes away a lot of the fear and anxiety because it's just I'm not concerned, if you're going to judge me and make a shallow remark based on that, then that's more about you. And I hope that you find some self-awareness to know how that's actually trapping you from getting to be fully self-expressed in your authentic self, which is so liberating. And again, why I believe that we're all here. Understand yourself, get aligned with who you are, take action on what you want in your life, and move through and get support through challenges that are normal that we experience as human beings, and keep going from there. Yeah, so if I'm meeting a person, and you can think for yourself, have you ever met a person who had some weight on them, but they were very confident. They literally were the most genuine, nice person. You just found all these great qualities. They'd achieved a lot of things in life, or maybe they had a lot of life experiences, and you felt attracted to that person. I know I have. It was like, wow, like that's awesome. I want what they're having. And it wasn't just the super skinny body. Yeah, it's like the whole thing. So people can be attracted to you even if you have weight on your body. And actually, quality people will be looking for what are the qualities within you that's past just the skin surface and the clothes and the body. They just understand that humans are humans, and also that our brains, again, are very uninteresting. And that's just a judgment, but it doesn't mean much. Like, yes, my brain is still going to analyze and think something about someone if I see them wearing whatever and whatever and not whatever and whatever. But I'm still going to be like, okay, I hear the judgment, but I don't actually know who that person is. Yeah, like I'm just going to still come with an open mind. So there's so many more things to be attracted to about someone besides just your weight. And I want to invite you, if you're in that category, like, expand what makes you attractive than just about looks and just about weight. It is not the only thing. So other attraction points could be your education and how much awesome education that you have, and your intellect. Other attraction points could be the life experiences that you've had, the things that you've gone through or been through, or, the things that only is unique to you based on your life experiences. Other attraction points could be art and how warm and caring and loving you are and how present you are. Other attraction points could be, what else? I don't know. I mean, even just like the success that you've had and the things you've accomplished. And I'm not necessarily talking because it's like kind of a same but different conversation around like flashy cars and, Rolls Royces. If that's your thing, that's totally fine. Just making sure it's authentic to the person and that it's not a smokescreen to you getting to actually live your authentic self, or trying to, again, keep up with the Joneses or look good or, right, survive, because the only way to survive is to look good. So I'm not talking about that. But if you have, created a lot of success for yourself, and it's because you've taken the time to educate yourself and learn things and get experience and training, that could be an attraction point from somebody, that you're hardworking, you're loving, you're caring. Maybe you're really emotionally, inept, emotionally strong, whatever it is. Maybe you're positive. That can be attractive to person. I just had a person today I was talking to. She was just like, I really love your positivity. He's like, thank you. I've actually worked hard to have authentic positivity. It didn't always used to be the case. And luckily I've now attracted a partner and he's extremely positive. Like, he is even more positive than me, and that is great. And I'm choosing to be with that person. And that's a big reason, because I can always, it's like a breath of fresh air to be around someone who is looking at the positive all the time. Sure, there's times he's not, but I don't see it too much. So you get the point, right? So many other things that can be attractive about someone than just how your body looks, about your weight. So if this conversation is helpful for you in any way, shape, or form, if you're watching live on the Facebook group or on YouTube, just type a comment below, helpful. I love to know that what I'm sharing is helping. And if there are any other topics you want me to cover, just please go ahead and let me do, you a service and create that for you as well. And really the how-tos. Yeah, so because you might listen to something like this, but Leslie, how do I actually do that? How do I get my brain to expand my mind from just attraction is the weight? And how do I get myself to not react and have these reactions in my body about feeling fat, or like I'm not, going where I need to go, or having fear thoughts about my health or my anxiety or whatever? Like, how? The answer is it's in the program. The how is in the program. And it's just, I have Healthy Hypnosis Hour, and I have different things to be able to say. We just did our first 2-day holiday health masterclass. There's different avenues that I have. And I would say, if this is really resonating with you and you're ready to really put your hat, throw your hat over the fence and jump over, you're going to get lifelong tools, emotional mastery. These are neuro-linguistic programming tools. I've spent tons of hours, tons of dollars, tons of experience of walking clients through these. There's nothing that I like more than getting my hands dirty and going in. I had someone today who said to me, like, Leslie, I don't know how much of an emotional eater I am, so I'm not sure that I'm the right fit for the program. Valid remark. And this is not just for emotional eating. If there are still emotional things that get in your way, so like being hard on yourself, or just the stress and anxiety and worry about a health situation, or these tools work for all of those things that can lead to procrastination, lack of energy, lack of motivation. And obviously, if you have a lack of motivation, you're procrastinating a lot, you have a lack of energy and motivation, that's going to lead to probably not a lot of movement, maybe not always the best health decisions. And then it kind of can just keep adding on to each other in a way that just creates more and more of what we don't want. The weight's continuing to get more and more every year, and looking back at photos and saying, why was I upset that year? I looked so much better. Why was I worried about my weight? And now I have 20, 30, 40 pounds more on since then. It's mental. There's so much that's mental. There's baggage that you're carrying around that is probably as much weight as you need to lose. Yeah, so we need to support you in just letting go of the mental, the emotional stuff that's in the way, the baggage that you're carrying from the past, whether it's about yourself, whether it's about situations that happened in the past, or what have you, or even, the baggage that you're carrying about your body and about your food and about your weight. Yeah, so we give you everything that you need in the program, the hypnosis, the emotional mastery tools, the support, the coaching, the community. These are actually the tools that are known to create success for people. Yeah, so we have all the elements that you need. We have a proven program. I've been doing it for years and through hundreds of clients at this point. And we have testimonials for days on the website, hpwl.co, if you want to go through them. They're literally written quotes from clients who have gone through the program, the weight loss they've experienced. On average, is 10 pounds weight loss by the end of the program. But the shifts that they really care about are how much peace they feel, happiness, joy, contentment. Their relationships are improving. Their career is getting better. They're making more money because they have more bandwidth to think clearer because they've let go of this stuff in the way. So if you're ready to do the how with us, we have an amazing group of people who are here to support you and would absolutely love to partner with you in 2025 to create that experience. So if you are watching this live, you're lucky because there are still 4 days left for the bonus month that we are offering until December 31st. So again, message me ready if you are ready to go, and we will support you from there. Congratulations in advance. So excited to have you. And until the next podcast, remember, you are very, very attractive. We just need to expand exactly what that means. Love you so much, and we'll see you for the next one. If you are serious about taking action on your struggle with food, body, and weight, then this is for you. Go ahead and text the word hypnosis to 855-BE-ALIVE. That's 855-232-5483. Immediately after texting that number, you will get access to our free training that will tell you why you can't figure the food, body, and weight thing out, why you can't keep weight off even after you've been successful in the past, and how to actually overcome it, including a mini hypnosis session at the end. Don't miss out. Text the word hypnosis to 855-BE-ALIVE. That's 855-232-5483.